I tried to fit in. I wanted to be
Right.
socially accepted, culturally accepted. And so I did all the things that you do. And then I found myself later on in life feeling really empty. This
Yeah.
doesn't feel aligned with who I am. And
Right.
then falling away, like you mentioned, you were an atheist. I went to the degree of going back and getting a master's degree and finding out I don't believe any of it.
Right.
And then
Right.
having a ketamine experience, which is, not quite the NDE idea. It's induced, which in science they might not accept. From that, I start to realize, no, there is something there. I don't know what it fully looks like. I'm in
Right.
that exploration stage now,
Yeah.
and now I'm redefining that whole part of my
Right.
life.
And that description you just gave is agnostic. You
Yeah.
believe in
Okay.
something. You believe in something bigger, but you just don't define it as to what what it is.
That would be probably accurate, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that would be
because I don't have a clear religious view or
right.
right.
When people ask me what my religion is, I do not say I'm Christian. I do not say I'm Buddhist. I say I'm nothing. I say I am. And I live my life as I am love. I try to be as loving and caring as I possibly can be to all people. The idea of the velvet cage that I talk
Okay.
about in
Yeah.
a lot of my stuff is the velvet of that cage is our beliefs that were given and chosen. In the story of Adam and Eve, everybody always misses the simple moral of that story. They ate from the tree of knowledge and they got kicked out of paradise. They got in their heads about things and out of their hearts about things, out of their feeling self. Now, if you look at this from a strictly scientific standpoint, we know scientifically the human species has been documented to be over 200,000 years old. We have evidence of human remains from over 200,000 years ago. The oldest documented religion in the world is 10,000 years old.
Huh.
So if you look at this on the idea of a yardstick, you got 36 inches. That's 200,000 years. Religion is the last 1.8 inches of the yardstick.
Wow.
For
Interesting.
the rest of the time, we were just people coming from our feelings, the positives and negatives of life, and coming from that perspective in life. But what's fascinating to me when you look at people like the Buddha, who says the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear, and the Sufis say God is on one side of a veil and we're on the other side of the veil, and our life is the struggle against the veil, and the veil is our fear. There comes this idea that fear is what we overcome. Even in the Bible, it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, right? But it comes back to that, well, what am I truly? Now, if we once again get out of spirituality into science again, everything you're looking at in the room that you're in is made of atoms. Now,
Yeah.
Einstein tells you flat out, atoms are just an energy event in motion. Now, you look at the wall beside you, and that wall is atoms, and the air between you and that wall is atoms, and the eyes that you're looking at it with are made of atoms. All you are is your consciousness. The rest of it is just an illusion of belief. And so when you look at it from the idea of, I'm sure that you and your listeners have seen or know negative people. And by the way, if you don't know negative people, you might be a negative person.
Yeah.
right.
I can't see them. Well, look in the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the negative person sees a negative world because that's what they believe they're going to see, right? I went to Egypt for a month and I traveled the entire country. I climbed Mount Sinai. I did the whole bit. Everywhere I went in Egypt, I was treated like a prince. I mean, I was invited into homes. I ended up meeting some of the most famous archaeologists in the world because I made friends with the guys who rent horses and camels on the Giza Plateau.
Yeah.
They just happened to be his buddies with these amazing guys. For a month, I traveled there, and just incredible. Finally, I got to Mount Sinai, and I made friends with the manager of the hotel I was staying at. And you start climbing Mount Sinai at 1 o'clock in the morning. 2:30 in the morning in the darkness, I hear, John,